Okay, we are good now. Let's look at the first question, which came in CAT logical reasoning section last year. Okay, so the question chadiveటప్పుడు what I would also do parallelly is I will also be underlining certain information which I think is important. Finally, we may or may not be able to use that information, that we will see. Okay. The local office of the APP cab company evaluates the performance of 5 cab drivers: Arun, Varun, Chandan, Damodaran, and Even. So, మనం ప్రతిసారి అరుణ్ వరుణ్ అని మొత్తం పేర్లు చదివే కన్నా we can simply say A, B, C, D, E, because the first letter of each name, that way we can identify A, B, C, D, E. For their monthly based rate, for the monthly based payment, for the monthly payment based on ratings in 5 different parameters P1 to P5. So they are getting their monthly payment based on 5 parameters which are defined here: timely arrival, behavior, comfortable ride. That's all fine, but we just need to understand that there are 5 parameters P1 to P5 based on which the monthly payment is being decided for 5 cab drivers ABCD. Based on feedback from customers, the office assigns a rating 1 to 5 in each of these parameters. Each rating is an integer from a low value of 1 to a high value of 5. So there are only 5 ratings possible: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's an integer value is what they say. So you can't have a decimal rating. It has to be either a 1, 2, or the rest of the numbers. The monthly payment of the drivers has 2 parts: a fixed payment and a final rating based bonus. So in the మనం పైన చదివినట్టయితే వాళ్ళు ఏమన్నారంటే their monthly payment is based on ratings in 5 different parameters. ఆ payment లో there are 2 types of payment that they're getting. One is a fixed payment and the other is a variable payment. The variable payment is linked to the final rating related bonus. Ratings ఏమి ఇచ్చాడు? 5 parameters లో 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ratings అని. Okay. Okay, let's go further. If a driver gets a rating of 1 in any of the parameters, he is not eligible to get bonus. So ఒక డ్రైవర్ కి if he gets a rating 1, because rating 1 is lowest కదా అన్నిటికన్నా, 1 being low, 5 being best. ఒక డ్రైవర్ కి, ఎనీ డ్రైవర్ కి, if they get rating of 1, they are not eligible for the bonus. అంతే కదా. ఇప్పుడు ఏదైనా వర్స్ట్ రేటింగ్ వస్తే ఏదో పారామీటర్ లో he'll be straight away disqualified from bonus. To be eligible for bonus, a driver also needs to get a rating of 5 in at least one of the parameters. So bonus ki basically there are 2 conditions. 1 అనేది వచ్చి ఉండకూడదు ఏ పారామీటర్ లోను, 5 అనేది ఖచ్చితంగా ఒక్క పారామీటర్ లోనే వచ్చి ఉండాలి. This is the condition for this variable bonus payout for any driver. The partial information related to the ratings of the drivers in different parameters and the monthly payment structure is given below. So ఇక్కడ చూసినట్టయితే we have all 5 guys, A, B, C, D, E. Their parameters are given, where the ratings are only partially given. The fixed payment of each of the driver is also given, and bonus కూడా ఒక్కొక్కరికి different bonus. Each driver can get 250, 200, 100, 150, 200 of the final rating. Okay. Final rating ఎలా డిసైడ్ చేస్తాం? Here it's mentioned, if you see, the final rating of a driver is the average of the rating in these 5 parameters. So the average of P1 to P5 for Arun will determine the final rating, and into 250 determines his bonus. Okay, we have all the information till here. Now there is some additional information which is very, very important. When make ఎప్పుడైనా సరే additional information ఇచ్చారంటే, you should never miss out that information. A and B have got a rating of 5 in exactly one of the parameters. So we know A and B final rating low, they have only 5 in one parameter only. Oh, sorry, two parameters only. None of the drivers has got the same rating in 3 parameters. So A driver ki ganu same rating in 3 parameters, and they did not get 3 ones or 3 twos or 3 threes, 3 fours or 3 fives. So then the max they would have got is 2 ones to 2 fives. They wouldn't have got more than two of any same rating in any of these parameters. So these are the conditions. Okay. Now let me ask a question. Is everybody able to follow till here? Nagaraju, Sai, Surya,
Yes, sir.
did you follow till here? Yeah. See, we need to keep the session interactive so that what will happen is I'll understand till where you followed with where you have not followed, so that I'll be in a position to assist you wherever the information or understanding is missing at your end. Okay, so why don't one of you volunteer to solve the first question with me? Who wants to volunteer? First question. This first question. Somebody wants to volunteer? Let us see what the first question is. If Damodaran does not get a bonus, what is the maximum possible value of his final rating? So he's saying that Damodaran did not get a bonus. So bonus రాకపోవడానికి reasons ఏముంటాయి? Either he got a 1 or he did not get a 5. Correct? 1 అయినా వచ్చి ఉండాలి, లేకపోతే 5 అయినా రాకపోయి ఉండాలి. ఎందుకంటే బోనస్ రావాలి అంటే ఇక్కడ మనకు క్లియర్ గా చెప్పాడు కదా, to be eligible for bonus, a driver also needs to get a rating of 5 in at least one parameters, and the driver should not get 1 in any of the parameters which will make him ineligible. Rating of 5 in at least one parameter, rating of 1 makes him ineligible. So ఇప్పుడు మనం what are we solving for? If Damodaran, he is also saying that Damodaran did not get a bonus, what is the maximum possible value of his final rating? సో ఇప్పుడు దామోదర్కి ఆల్రెడీ మనకి ఇక్కడ ఏం చెప్పారంటే ఒక 3 వచ్చిందని చెప్పారు. ఈ 4 పారామీటర్స్ what should they be such that this condition of Damodar did not get a bonus is met, and also we need to solve for the maximum possible value, not the minimum possible value. So maximum possible value annappudu we should always try to give him maximum rating in each parameter and also make sure he's not qualifying for the bonus. So first and foremost, I can probably give him a 5, right? And also give him a 1. So that 5 వచ్చినా గానీ 1 వచ్చింది కాబట్టి he will not be eligible for bonus. So in such a scenario, what I can do? So let's say if he gets 5 in 2 parameters. ఎందుకంటే yeah, sorry, who's that?
సాగర్ సార్.
Yeah, Sagar, చెప్పండి.
అదే సార్, అన్నిటికీ 4 ఇస్తే అప్పుడు కూడా అదే బోనస్ రాదు కదా సార్?
అన్నిటికీ 4 ఇచ్చినా బోనస్ రాదు.
అంటే 4 4 ప్లస్ 3 అంటే 19 సార్. 19/5 3.2 అలా కాదు సార్?
సో ఇక్కడ మనకి ఒకటి ఏం చెప్పారు, నన్ ఆఫ్ ద డ్రైవర్స్ హెస్ గాట్ ద సేమ్ రేటింగ్ ఇన్ 3 పారామీటర్స్ అన్నారు కదా. సో సేమ్ రేటింగ్ అంటే 4 ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఇస్తే ఓన్లీ మ్యాక్స్ 2 4s ఇవ్వగలరు. అంతే కదా, వీ కెనాట్ గివ్ 3 4s.
yes sir.
ఓకే, సో మీరు అన్నట్టు పోనీ 4s ఇద్దాం, 4 ఇద్దాం. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ రేటింగ్ అయ్యి ఉండొచ్చు
ఒక 3 గానీ 2 గానీ అవ్వచ్చు.
ఓకే, సో 3 and 2. ఓకే,
yes sir.
ఎంత అయింది ఇప్పుడు సమ్మేషన్? ఇది 7, 4 + 3 7, 7 + 4 11, 11 + 5 16, right?
16/5.
16/5 3.2. Okay, now let us look at a different scenario. నేనేమంటానంటే, let us say if he has got a rating of 5 in 2 parameters. Okay, and let us say the next best rating I can give him is 4. Kada? In this case also, is he eligible for bonus?
Yes,
How is he eligible for bonus?
because he doesn't have a rating of 1.
He
and
doesn't have
he
a
has a
rating
rating
of
of
1.
5.
Okay, so I can obviously not give him all 4s. If I'm giving him 5, then I have to give him a 1. Correct? In one parameter, I need to definitely give him a 1. Otherwise, he'll become eligible for bonus. Are you with me? Okay, in this case, what is the summation
Yes,
coming
sir.
out to?
18.
18. 18 by 5.
3.6.
3.6.
Correct. Is there any other scenario that is possible here?
Mm.
1 second, guys.
No.
Yeah. Any other possibility? See, when we are trying to solve for the maximum, since the maximum rating is 5, we can go for as many 5s as possible, but also have to make sure that there is at least one to make sure that he's not eligible for bonus. Or we don't give him 5 at all and maximize by using 4s and 3s. So in first scenario, as Sagar said, we got to 16. In second scenario, when I use 5s, I got 18. So out of these two, which is the highest value? 3.6. So the answer is B. And there is no other scenario possible because any other scenario that you put will be less than 18. Okay, followed?
Mm.
Okay, now let's go to the second question. Now what's the second question? If E-man gets a bonus, what is the minimum possible value of his final rating? Now we have to solve for minimum. And he also said E-man gets a bonus. Okay, let's go back to the table. Okay, if E-man has got a bonus, there is a definite requirement that he has got a 5, right? In at least one parameter. So this you cannot avoid. Correct? Followed, guys?
Yes, sir.
And can now we are solving for the minimum rating or the maximum rating?
Minimum rating.
Minimum rating. So when I know when we're solving for the minimum, let us try giving him the minimum possible rating that is possible to for this guy, so that his bonus is met and he's also solving for the minimum. So can I give him a 1?
No, sir.
Because if I give him 1, it will make him ineligible for the bonus. Correct? So 1 is ruled out. Can I give him a 2?
Sir.
Okay, let's give him a 2. Can I give him another 2?
No, sir.
Because there are already 2 2s, and for any driver we cannot go more than two of the same rating. So the next best possible rating I can give him is 3.
2, please.
Okay, what will be the other rating if I'm solving for the minimum?
3, sir.
Do I need to give
3,
him a
sir.
4, 5 or 3?
3, sir.
3. Okay, now what is the summation coming out to?
3, sir.
15, sir.
Summation is 15 and the average would be 3.
3.
So summation is 15 and the average is 3. So the answer is C. Followed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's go for the next question. Now you solve the question for me and let's see how it goes. It says if all 5 drivers get bonus, If all 5 drivers get bonus, everybody got bonus, what is the minimum possible value of the monthly payment in rupees that a driver gets? So here we are, till now in the first question and second question, it was pertaining to only one single driver. Now the question is pertaining to all drivers. They're saying all 5 drivers got bonus. What is the minimum possible value of the monthly payment? Again, we are not solving for the maximum, we're solving for the minimum. Correct? Let's go back. Now what I'll do is I'll just tidy up this table so that one second, guys. Okay, can somebody refresh my memory? How are we going to calculate the final payment as per the question? Do you remember how we are supposed to calculate?
Fixed payment plus
వరుణ్ కి
bonus.
5 ఇస్తాం సార్. మళ్ళీ చందన్ కి 2 5 ఇస్తాం సార్ అలా సార్.
Yeah, so we give ratings to each of them. Fixed payment basis మీద ఏదైతే ఇక్కడ మనకి ఇచ్చారో fixed payment plus variable payment will calculate. Okay, and we also need to calculate, we are now solving for minimum or maximum payment. Minimum. So let's start with A. A కి specific గా ratings conditions మనకి ఏమైనా తెలుసా? If you look at the first condition here, what does the first condition say? Does it say anything about A, B or C?
Rating 2 5 ratings.
Okay, Arun and Varun has got a rating of 5 in exactly one of the parameters,
So
and Chandan has got rating of 5 in exactly 2 parameters. So I know for sure there is definitely a 5 for Arun and Varun, right? And I also know Chandan has got 2 5s. Now this is given in the question, correct? Arun and Varun have got a rating of 5 in exactly one of the parameters. So they have not given us the parameter, but we can assume it is in one of the parameters. And Chandan has got a rating of 5 in exactly 2 parameters. So I'll put those 2 5s as well. Now, since we are solving for the minimum, let us try solving for a minimum for each of the driver. Since all of them got a bonus, none of them got a rating of 1. So 1 is eliminated. Now we have to solve for 2, 3, and 4. Now can somebody help me filling up these numbers for each of the drivers? So let's say Arun, we know already 2 ratings. We need to solve for 3 ratings now. So what are those 3 numbers could be?
2 2s 1 3.
Perfect. I cannot give him a 1. So I'll start with 2 2s. And since I can't go for a third 2, I'll give him a rating of 3. Okay. Next, Barun.
Same sir. 2 2s 1 3.
2 2s and 1 3. Okay. What about Chandan?
1 2 1 3.
2 and 3. Okay. Damodaran?
2 2s 1 3 1 4.
2 2 3 3 4. Okay. Very good. Eamon?
1 2 2 3 1 4.
2 3 3 4. Okay. Now just tell me, who is the talking? Sagar?
Yes sir.
Okay, Sagar.
Sir.
In the question it says everybody got a bonus, right?
Yes sir.
Do you think by this rating does D&D are D&D eligible for bonus?
No sir. Because 5 is not there. Sir.
Correct. So we need to definitely give him a 5, both of them.
Yes.
Which
Yes,
rating will
sir.
you remove to give him a 5 to make it minimum?
4 is removed.
Sorry?
Don't know sir.
Okay. Since we need to minimize overall scoring, then 4 and 5 to replace chest, the overall score is increasing only by 1, right? Correct? ఇదే
Yes, sir.
ఇదే కొంచెం స్లైట్ గా మనం మాడిఫై చేసుకుంటే కనుక మీకు ఇంత గుర్తుంటే మనం ఈ కండిషన్స్ బేసిస్ మీద ఈ 5 ఫిక్స్ చేసాం కదా, కరెక్ట్? యాజ్ పర్ దిస్ కండిషన్. నౌ సిన్స్ దేర్ ఇస్ బోనస్, what we can do is We can also assume there is a rating of 5 for each of them. We can assume there is a rating of 5 for each of them. Now solve the rest of the numbers here. So it would be 2, 2, 3. This also 2, 3, 3. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's calculate the payment for each of them. What is the average for Arun? 5 plus 4, 9. 9 plus 7, 16. 16 by 5 is 3.2. So I'll put the average rating here first, 3.2. For Barun, 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. Average rating is 3. Chandan, 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 plus 7 is 17. So the average rating would be 3.4. Damodaran, 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. Average rating is 3. 5 plus 5 is 10, 15. Average rating is 3. Okay. Now we don't have a choice. We have to calculate the final amount because we cannot see a trend here, right? The trend is increasing here, and this also it's variable. So we cannot make a pattern over here. So let's quickly calculate the final number. So what is 3.2 times 250? Okay. The easiest way to do it is, what is 3 times 250? 750. What is 0.2 times 250? 50. So the bonus part would be 800, 750 plus 50, 800. And the fixed payment is 1000. So the total payment that has gone is 1800. Did everybody follow?
One second.
Yes.
Okay, can somebody tell me what is it for the second one? Three times 200 is 600. 600 plus 1200 is 800. So we got two. Both of them are 800 so far. Next, third guy, 3.4 into 100 is 340. 340 plus 1400 is 1740. Right? Fourth guy, 3 times 150 is 450. 450 plus 1300 is 1750. Fifth guy, 3 times 200 is 600. 600 plus 1100 is 1700. Correct, guys? Did you follow till here? Any questions? Did you understand how did you arrive at the bonus?
Yes, sir.
It is nothing but the final rating is the average of these ratings into 250, right? So the bonus component for A was 800 and the fixed payment is 1000. So 1000 plus 800 is 1800. That's how we calculate the final payment. So since we are solving for the minimum, what is the minimum value here?
Se- 1700.
So the answer is
1700.
1700. So the answer is B. Okay. Now let's go for the last question. If all 5 drivers get bonus, what is the maximum possible value of the monthly payment? It's just the opposite of the previous question. Earlier also in the previous question, it says all five drivers got bonus, but solve the minimum possible. Now here it's saying all 5 drivers got bonus. What's the maximum possible value? We just have to change our approach to this question slightly differently. And now we have to maximize this. So I'll just erase all of this information because we are now solving the next question. Okay, who wants to volunteer for this question? Can one of you solve this?
2 5s 1 4.
Okay,
3.
first what we'll do, we will just put the conditions of A, B and C here so that we don't miss out. So we know that A got 1 5. Okay. We know that A got 1.5, correct? B also got 1.5 because the condition, if you see the first condition over here, A and B got 1.5 and Chandan got a rating of exactly 5 and 2 parameters. So this is given. And we also know since all of them got bonus, I would assume that D and D also have got 5. Have got 5s. Now this is the given information. Now let one of you, I'll let one of you solve this. We are solving for the maximum possible now. So what could be the ratings of P2? What are the missing ratings for each driver could be?
1,
Let's start
5,
with
1,
A.
4, 1, 3.
Sorry,
1, 5, sir. 1, 4, 1, 3, sir.
so you are saying there should be 5, 4, and 3. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody else? Do you think it is correct? These ratings for this guy?
Only 1.5 around it.
Who is talking?
Sir, Nagaraj, sir.
Uh,
Sir, Rama Arun,
Nagaraja.
sir. Yes, sir.
Chappan Nagaraj.
Sir, Arun rates only 1.5, sir.
Exactly. Very, very important information. Arun and Barun have got rating of 5 in exactly one of the parameters. So in that case, can I give a second 5 to him?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So the ratings of 5, 4, 3 is wrong. What can I give him then? 4,
4.
3, 3.
Oh,
Correct?
okay.
So that's the reason, guys. It's very, very important to follow the information. Keep it in the back of your mind when you're solving for ratings. It might look very easy. It will be very tempting for you to just put the numbers quickly, do it and go ahead. But these conditions are very, very critical when it comes to CAT. This is where the catch is. You have to be very, very careful about these conditions. Okay, let's go with the second guy. What could his ratings be? Nagaraju,
2, 4, 1,
మీరు
3.
చెప్తారా?
Okay, sir. 4,
చెప్పండి.
4,
4,
3, sir. Another
3,
4. 4, sir. One more 4.
one more 4. Okay. Okay, Chandan. What could other ratings of Chandan be? Wait, just a minute. Who has not spoken so far? Surya, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Surya, you want to volunteer for this question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Chandan ratings ఏమై ఉంటాయి చెప్పండి.
Sir, 2 4s, sir.
వెరీ గుడ్. దామోదర్ కూడా చెప్పండి.
Damodar, sir. 2 4s, 1 3, sir.
వై నాట్ అనదర్ 5?
అంటే ఇంకో 5 రాకూడదు కదా సార్.
ఎక్కడుంది వాళ్ళకి రాకూడదని ఏమన్నా రాశారా స్పెసిఫిక్ కండిషన్? ఆ కండిషన్ ఓన్లీ ఏ అండ్ బి కి మాత్రమే ఇచ్చారు కదా. ఏ అండ్ బి హ్యావ్ గాట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ రేటింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఫైన్ 1 parameter. Chandan has got rating of fine exact 2 parameters, but they did not say anything about D and D. So D and D would have got 2 5s. Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So similarly, this would be 5 5 4 4 2.
Yes, sir.
Correct? So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
కండిషన్ ఇచ్చింది సాటిస్ఫై చేయాలి. ఇవ్వని కండిషన్ మనం అజ్యూమ్ చేసుకోకర్లేదు.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you see, the questions are very easy. It is always dealing with your psyche. మీరు ఎట్లా ఆలోచిస్తున్నారు, మీరు ఎక్కడ జనరల్ గా మీరు కమిట్ చేసే మిస్టేక్స్ ఎక్కడ ఉంటాయి, దాని బేసిస్ మీద ఎప్పుడు క్వశ్చన్స్ డ్రాఫ్ట్ చేస్తారు. మనం ఏంటి ఫ్లోలో ఇప్పుడు ఏబిసి రాస్తాం కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ కూడా 5 ఒకటే ఉంటుంది అనేసి we will not think of another 5. That's
Yes,
the
sir.
reason where we might falter. Okay.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Now, can somebody please help me with the average ratings for all of them, the final ratings?
Sir, Arun rate 3.8, sir.
Okay, that's good. That's 19 by 5. Okay.
Varun also rate 3.8.
Okay.
Chandan is 4, sir.
ఎంత? 4.
4,
Okay.
sir. 4. Damodar is 4.2, sir.
Okay, good.
Iman is 5,
5, huh?
4, sir.
We can't get 5 కదా, 5 అంటే 5 5 అయ్యింది కదా.
Yes.
Okay, now one of you sorry, Sagar కాకుండా ఇంకెవరన్నా, can you just tell me the final payment for each drivers? So again, let us calculate this quickly. 3 times 250 is 750, right guys? 0.8 times 250. 1 times 250 is 250. 0.2 times 250 is 50. So 250 minus 50 is 200. I'll tell you how I calculated. We're calculating 250 into 0.8. What I did was 250 into 1 minus 0.2. ఇలా రాసుకోవచ్చు కదా. 250
sir.
times 1 is 250. 0.2 times 250 is 50. 250 minus 50 is 200. So 750 plus 200 is 950 plus 1000. So the payment to A is 1950 under this. Correct? Followed? Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, next question. Next guy. 200 into 3.8. How much is 200 into 3.8? 760. 200 into 3.8. 3 times 200 is 600. 0.8 times 200 is 160. 760. So 760 plus 1200 is 1960. Next, 4 times 100 is 400. 400 plus 1400 is 1800. 4.2 times 150. So 4 times 150 is 600. 0.2 times 150 is 30. So 630. 630 plus 1300 is
1930.
1930. 4 times 200 is 800. 800 plus 1100 is
1900.
okay. What is the maximum we have got?
1960.
1960. Okay, let's see if we have 1960 in the question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, here we go. Answer is 1960. That's it. We solved one question. It's that simple. You can just look at this question again after the class and try to solve it by yourself and see if you can arrive at the right answers for each of these questions. Again, all this question, all that was involved in this question was simple averages, identifying the right information and putting them in the grid, and choosing the right ratings for each of these parameters for various drivers, depending on you're solving for the maximum or you're solving for the minimum. Did any of you find this question as tough? You can be frank. There is no problem.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
ఇందులో
sir.
మీకు అన్నిటికన్నా కష్టమైన పోర్షన్ ఏమనిపించింది ఈ క్వశ్చన్ సాల్వ్ చేసేటప్పుడు?
Last 2 questions, sir.
అందులో ఎక్కడ కష్టం అనిపించింది మీకు? విచ్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్ మేడ్ ఇట్ డిఫికల్ట్ ఫర్ యూ? మీ రేటింగ్స్ అజ్యూమ్ చేసుకోవాలన్నప్పుడు యూ మైట్ హావ్ ఫౌండ్ ఇట్ డిఫికల్ట్, ఎందుకంటే దేర్ ఆర్ ఫ్యూ కండిషన్స్ దట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు మీట్ అండ్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు థింక్ త్రూ వాట్ రేటింగ్ యూ కెన్ గివ్ టు హూమ్. అదే కదా టఫెస్ట్ పార్ట్. కరెక్ట్?
Yes, sir.
ఇఫ్ యూ యాక్చువల్లీ సీ, పైన ఉన్న ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అంతా ఏదైతే ఉందో దిస్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్, రైట్? వీడు చాలా చెప్పాడు కానీ సింపుల్ గా అక్కడ ఉన్న ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఏంటి? ప్రతి పారామీటర్ లో 1 to 5 రేటింగ్ ఉంటుంది. దే కెన్ బి ఓన్లీ ఇంటీజర్స్ and 1 is lowest and 5 being best. A driver should get a rating of at least 1 5 and not even one single one to be eligible for bonus. వాడు ఇచ్చిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అంతే ఇక్కడ, జనరల్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్. కానీ crux of the question, when you're solving it, the information lies here. in this part. ఈ పార్ట్ మనం మిస్ అయ్యి ఉంటే we would not have been able to solve questions 3 and 4. 1 and 2 we might still be able to solve it, but again the second condition here would impact it. Okay, since we have some more time, let us quickly solve one more question. I'll take you to one more simple question. Okay, let us solve this question. ఇప్పుడు ఎలాగో కరోనా వైరస్ ఇవన్నీ నడుస్తుంది కాబట్టి this question is very apt. Let's see what information is given in this question. Okay, again I would need the help of you guys to solve this. First, let's see what is given. 1,000 patients currently suffering from a disease were selected to study the effectiveness of a treatment of 4 types of medicines A, B, C, D. Okay, 4 types of medicines A, B, C, D unnai. 1,000 patients who are suffering from some particular disease were chosen. ఈ మెడిసిన్స్ ఇచ్చి వాళ్ళని ట్రయల్స్ చేయడానికి. These patients were first randomly assigned into 2 groups of equal size. They are called treatment group and control group. So treatment group లో ఎంతమంది ఉన్నారు? 500. Control group లో ఎంతమంది ఉన్నారు? 500. Because the entire 1,000 patients were divided into 2 groups. ఇక్కడ వరకు మనకి ఇచ్చిన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇది. The patients in the control group were not treated with any type of medicine. So వీళ్ళకి ఏ మెడిసిన్స్ ఇవ్వలేదట కంట్రోల్ గ్రూప్ లో. The treatment group people were only given medicines, 500 people. Instead, they were given a dummy medicine called placebo containing only sugar and starch. The following information is known about the patients in the treatment group. So treatment group lo unna patients gurinchi telసిన information idi. What is it we have? A total of 250 patients were treated with type A medicine and a total of 210 patients were treated with type C medicine. Okay, I'm not capturing this information yet in any particular format, but first asli em information icharanna chustunam. 25 patients were treated with type A medicine only, 20 patients were treated with type C medicine only, 10 patients were treated with type D medicine only. So first ikkada ichindi endante manaki total A medicine ఎంత మందికి ఇచ్చారు, total C medicine ఎంత మందికి ఇచ్చారని ఇచ్చాడు. ఇక్కడేమో only A, only B, only C ఎంత మందికి ఇచ్చారని ఉంది. Then 35 patients were treated with type A and D medicines only, 20 patients were treated with type A and B medicines only, 30 patients. Okay, ఇక్కడ మనకి కాంబినేషన్స్ ఇచ్చాడు. A and D కలిపి ఎంత మందికి ఇచ్చారు, లేకపోతే A and B ఎంత మందికి ఇచ్చారు, A and C ఎంత మందికి ఇచ్చారు, ఇట్లా డిఫరెంట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ కాంబినేషన్ ఇందులో ఇచ్చాడు. 100 patients were treated with exactly 3 types of medicines. So total ఎన్ని మెడిసిన్స్ ఉన్నాయి? A, B, C, D. Exactly 3 type of medicines అంటే ఏం కాంబినేషన్ ఉంటుంది? It could be ABC, ABD, BCD, ACD. అంతే కదా? 3 combination of medicines. And is there anything possible? Anything else? Any other combination possible, guys?
No, sir.
Okay, so we know 3 types of medicines were given to 100 patients. Okay, so ఇప్పుడు మనం maths లో కాన్సెప్ట్ ఉంటుంది. If you guys are aware, there is something called a Venn diagram. Did you ever come across Venn diagram?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you explain me what is a Venn diagram? Simple terms, whatever form you can inform me. So Venn diagram lo generally enti, you will be given a set of information and you have to put it in a way where you can identify which group belongs to what. Suppose నేను చెప్పాను అనుకోండి, in a class there are 100 students, 50 people like music, 40 people like singing, and 30 people like to do both. అప్పుడు మనం ఏం చేస్తాం? 2 సర్కిల్స్ గీసుకుని మ్యూజిక్, సింగింగ్, ఇది బోత్ కదా. బోత్ ఎంతమంది ఇచ్చా మనం? 30. అప్పుడు మ్యూజిక్ ఎంతమంది అవుతారు? 50 minus 30 is 20. సింగింగ్ ఎంతమంది అవుతారు? 40 minus 30 is 10. So we know out of the class of 100, there are only 20 people who like only music. There are 10 people who like only singing. and there are 30 people who like both. So how many people are there in the class who do not like anything, which is 100 minus 60, which is 40. So this is how Venn diagram is represented. Correct? When you have groups of combinations of people given, you always use Venn diagram to differentiate which particular group of set, which particular group of people cater to a particular set. Did everybody follow me here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే మనకి 2 సెట్స్ లేవు, ఇక్కడ మనకి ఏమి ఇచ్చాడు 4 సెట్స్ ఇచ్చాడు ABCD. సో we need to represent in a slightly sophisticated Venn diagram. Let's see how we can do it. So we have 4 kabatti. What I will do is I'll take some rectangle boxes like this. So if I call this as A, and if I call this as B, this would be A and B, right? If I call this as C, and if I call as D, this would be C and D. Okay, guys? Did everybody follow here? How we represented the sets? This entire one is A. Let me use a different color. So this one is B. This orange is C. Sorry. And this purple is D. Okay. Now, whatever information that is given here, let us now try to capture that information into this sheet. Let's go from the top again. I mean, from point A, from point A. Okay. Can somebody volunteer to put this information in the grid? Anybody? I'll help you how to do it. You don't need to panic. It's very simple. We can just go step by step. Let's look at the first one. A total of 250 patients were treated with type A medicine. So this entire is type A, right? I don't know where to put that, so I'll put it outside. 250. Okay. A total of 210 patients were treated with type C medicine. So C is 210. Now 25 patients were treated with type A medicine only. So ఇక్కడ ఉన్న combination లో only A అంటే ఏది వస్తుంది? Which box represents only A? This
A
one?
and B, B ని తీస్తే వచ్చేస్తుంది సార్.
So ఇది ఒక్కటి, this is type A only. So can I say this is 25? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 20 patients were treated with type C medicine only. So this is type C only because it's not overlapping with anything else. So this is 20. 10 patients were treated with type D only. So this is type D. So this is 10. Follow till here. Just if you take one
Yes,
step
sir.
back, ఇది ఓన్లీ ఏ అన్నాం కదా, ఇది ఈ కాంబినేషన్ ఏమవుతుంది అప్పుడు? If you see the top in this direction, you'll see A. In this direction, you see C. So ఇది ఏమవుతుంది? A and C. Now look at this box. ఈ బాక్స్ ఏమవ్వాలి? If you look at in this direction, you'll see A. If you look at it in this direction, you'll see C and D. So this box represents ACD. Now look at the box, this one. If you look up, it is A. If you look left, it's D. So this box represents A and D. Following, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's look at this box. This should be AB, and this should be ABC. This should be ABCD, and this should be ABD. I'm just looking up and left. Now this one should be only B. This one should be B and C. Can somebody tell me what should this box should represent?
BCD.
B and D.
B and D or BCD?
So B and D, sir.
What about this box then? This box is B and D, right? Because you have B on the top and D on the left. But here, if you see to the left, what is that you have?
Okay.
CD. So this is BCD,
C. Yes.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's go back to the data. Initially, when we said 250 patients for type A, I put type A 250. 210 patients for C, I put 210 here. Then it says 25 patients were treated with type A only. So since this is A only, I put 25 here. 20 were treated with type C. Since this is C only, I put 20 here. This is D only, I put 10 here. Follow till here. Now you guys tell me with the rest of the numbers, where will they go in the grid? Okay. 35 patients were treated with type A and D medicines only. So where will that go?
A and D, sir. Downward column.
Correct. Next to 10, right? 35.
Oh,
20 patients were treated with type A and B only.
intersection of A and B, upper part, topmost.
Okay. Correct. 30 patients were treated with type A and C only. Will it be below 25? Here.
Yes, sir.
20 patients were treated with type C and D only.
B is your this up. Yes, sir.
Correct. Anything else that we know? We captured everything. Okay. 100 patients were treated with 3 types of medicines. So now what are those 3 types of medicines? It could be ABC, ACD, ABD, BCD. Correct? Only these 4 boxes, ABC, ACD, ABD, and BCD, represent 3 types of medicines.
Yes, sir. 100.
But we don't know how much is each of them. So let us say these are W, X, Y, Z. So we know W plus X plus Y plus Z is given as 100. Let's come back to this later. Okay, come to question point E. 40 patients were treated with medicines of type ABC. So they have already given W is 40. So this is 40. 20 patients were treated with medicines A, C, and D, but not with B. And the ACD. ACD is 20. Okay. So we know W is 40, X is 20. So what is Y plus Z then?
40.
40. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's come there later. 50 patients were given all 4 types of medicines.
A, B, C, D.
So this is 50. Okay. Now 75 patients were treated with exactly 1 type of medicine. Exactly 1 type of medicine entity A, B, C, D. It says totally 75. We already know only A, only C, only D. So what should be only B then? 25 plus 20 is 45. 45 plus 10 is 55. 75 minus 55 is?
20.
So we have that answer also now. Okay. Followed. Now with this information that we have, can you solve for the missing cells? What are the missing cells now? BC, BCD, BD, and ABD. Correct? These are the only missing cells. Can somebody tell me, is there any way we can solve this? If you look at the clues outside, did we use this information so far? We did not use
No,
that
sir.
information, right?
No, sir.
If A is total 250, is this not the sum of the entire A? This entire grid is sum of A, right? This one, this part, if you see, this entire box, is this A?
Yes, sir.
If you actually see, you don't have only this number here, but you have the rest. So is it not 250 minus sum of all these numbers gives you this number ABD?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So can somebody quickly make the addition and tell me what is that number going to be?
That is, sir.
220, sir.
Sorry,
220.
220. Very good. So what is 250 minus 220?
30.
30 remaining.
The answer is 30. Now, if I know this, which is Y, if I know Y is 30, what is Z?
10.
10.
So this is 10. Now we also know this information. The total of C is how much?
20, sir. BC 20, sir.
Oh, very good. That was quick. Let me also just make the addition. So you everybody followed how is it Sagar who gave the answer 20?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
I'm Nagraj.
Nagraj. See how Nagraj came to 20? Anybody followed?
Yes, sir. 20 plus 20
Okay.
plus 20.
Okay, let's quickly add 40, 90, 180, 190. So this is 20. Superb. Now, very important. Can we solve this? I'm not going to give you a clue. I'm telling you we can solve it, but how can we solve it? You tell me. There is one piece of information that we did not use so far in this question. What is a piece of information that we have not used so far that will help us get BD?
Total 500, sir.
Superb. Excellent. We have mentioned here that the treatment group consists of 500, but we have not used it anywhere. Correct? So please use that information and tell me what is BD. The entire set of information or the number of patients over here is 500. That's what was mentioned. We know the each block we have the numbers already in each of the blocks. Now we have left with only one number. What would that be? Anybody with the answer? Okay, let us make a
150.
quick addition. 25 plus 20 plus 20, 65. 20 plus 30 plus 40 is 90. 90 plus 20 is 110. 20 plus 20 plus 50 plus 10, 100. 10 plus 65, 75. So 75 plus 65 is 140. 100 plus 110 is 210. So total is 350. 500 minus 350 is 150. Followed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's look at the questions. See if we can solve them fast. How many patients were treated with medicine type B? Answer?
20.
Did they say medicine type B only?
No, sir.
So will it be 20? If you see how many patients were treated with type A, it says 250. Type C is 210. Similarly, for type B, it could be any combination of B. But if they are administered a medicine B, you have to count that as being under B. So which would be this total grid of B. 20 plus 20, 40. 40 plus 40, 80. 80 plus 20, 100. 100 plus 60, 160. 160 plus 150, 310. 310 plus 30, 340. So the answer is 340. Okay. Let's go to the next question. The number of patients who were treated with medicine types B, C, and D, but not A. Okay. Which would that be? B, C, and D, but not A. From the grid, what would that be?
10.
Perfect. 10. That's over here. B, C, and D, and not A. So the answer is 10. Next question. How many patients were treated with medicine types B and D only? Look at the question, guys. Look at the phrasing. B and D only. Okay. From the grid, can you tell me B and D only? How much would that be? Which is B and D?
150.
150? The last one that we solved for. Good. So the answer is 150. Last question. The number of patients who were treated with medicine type D was medicine type D. How many patients were treated with medicine type D? What would that be? Isn't it the summation of this entire grid? For D, the summation of this entire block, right?
325, sir.
325,
Very
sir.
good. 325. Superb. You guys are good at additions. I could see that. 325. That's it. We solved. We would have spent maximum time in preparing this grid. But if you see the answers that the time we have taken to solve the answers is less than a minute. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So there would be questions where you will solve the grid as and when you keep looking at the questions, like the first one which we did, the cab driver's question. Or there could be a second set of questions where you invest a lot of time in preparing the data and getting the answers and then solve the questions quickly. So which approach to use where, we will get to know once we do a lot of practice, we solve a lot of questions, we get used to different concepts. Only then we would be in a position to understand which is the best methodology to be employed for which type of question. It is always about time management and using the right concept for the right question. That's it. These are the two key elements, and attention to detail in terms of what information is given. If you have these three, there is no rocket science in getting 90 plus percentile in the LRDI section, logical reasoning section especially. It's just simple, pure common sense. It doesn't require too much of mathematical knowledge or anything like that. Okay, guys. So with that, we will conclude today's class.
So,
Okay.
Krishna, a question on the.
Yeah. Chapandi. Who's that? Can you please tell me who's talking?
No, Harsha here.
Yeah,
Chat lo question adigaru.
1 second.
Rectangle Venn diagram enduku vaadaranడి.
Okay. So the reason why we have used rectangle is that ఇప్పుడు 4 circles మనం డ్రా చేసి 4 circles ఓవర్లాప్ చేసేట్టు పెట్టాలి అంటే it would become a bit tricky for us to donate that. ఒక నిమిషం నేను చూపిస్తాను మీకు. I'll tell you what I'm. Okay. You're saying why did we use why did we not use a circle? Okay. If I use a circle, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you can still solve it. I'm not saying you can't solve it. But putting the numbers here into these parts becomes a bit tricky. And when you look at A, this is the entire A. You can still solve it. Just that from denoting and picking the information easily, I chose rectangles. But there is no hard and fast rule that you have to choose rectangle. Whichever you are comfortable, you can choose. But generally
Yeah.
for Venn diagrams, if it is 2, you represent with a circle. You can represent in the form of a rectangle also. Nobody stops us from doing it. Just that traditionally we have seen circles.
జస్ట్ టు యాడ్ ఆన్, ఇంకొకటి ఏంటంటే ఈ సర్కిల్ కనుక మనం తీసుకుంటే మోర్ దాన్ 3 ఎంటిటీస్ ఉన్నప్పుడు, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇందులో ఓన్లీ ఏ అండ్ డి ఉందనుకోండి, అది చూపించడం కష్టం అవుతుంది. ఓన్లీ ఏ అండ్ డి,
A, D.
యా, ఓన్లీ ఏ అండ్ డి అనే ఇంటర్సెక్షన్ చూపించడం కష్టం అయిపోతుంది. ఏ బి
ఇక్కడ
ఉంది
A
పైన,
and D, కరెక్ట్. Which is A and D ఇందులోనే మనం చెప్పలేము ఇందులో. We can still do it, but it's very difficult.
సో జనరల్ గా మీకు ఒకవేళ మోర్ దెన్ 3 ఉంటే సార్ చెప్పినట్టు ఆ టైప్ ఆఫ్ వెన్ డయాగ్రామ్ చాలా ఈజీ టు విజువలైజ్, అంటే చూడడానికి కూడా చాలా ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది, రిప్రజెంట్ చేయడానికి, క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయడానికి కూడా మీకు చాలా కన్వీనియంట్ గా ఉంటుంది.
Yeah. Any other questions? Oh, sorry, I didn't see that you have given the answers in the chat. We'll have to figure out a way on how I can cover these chat related comments as well. But I always encourage you to please feel free to speak up when you have any question or if you have any answer. We'll keep it very interactive. That's the best way to go ahead. Because if you have any questions also, you can ask me, you can get comfortable. The more we speak with each other, the better we get with the understanding of any question or concept. Okay, that was fun, guys. Thank you. Have a nice evening. We'll again catch up soon.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
Bye-bye.